if you ever only learn one thing from me, this is it. This is what I want you to know. When I first moved to Illinois with my husband, I had to start over with my business. And I had a lot of pressure too. I had just had my second baby. My husband couldn't find more than a part-time job and was only making $10,000 a year. Talk about pressure. I felt more than ever before that I needed clients and I needed them fast. So I dug down and I researched marketing and I put my feet in there and I just went ahead full steam. And you know what happened? I grew my business to a level that I never even thought was possible. But then something happened. I was getting burnt out. I wasn't seeing my husband or my children as much as I wanted to. I felt like I was doing sessions all day, every day. I could never get caught up on editing. I was always behind. And so I tried to raise my prices. But then people stopped booking. Like completely. And I got so discouraged. I remember wondering, are my pictures not good enough? Is my editing horrible? Should I start doing dark and moody or bright and airy? Or what do I need to change? Do I need to redo my website? Something is wrong. And I was so frustrated. I sought out some counsel from some people who help businesses in rural towns. And I did a whiteboarding session, which is essentially like a dreaming, vision casting idea. It helps you just throw out all the things that are in your head and be able to just have clarity and focus. And the one thing that we discovered was that I couldn't answer the question, why are you doing this? I kept saying things like, photography changes the world and it just has the power to, change lives and actions and all of these things. And I'm trying to support my family and my children and money and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, no, but like, why? And they were trying to get to the root of it all, my personal message, my why. My why was hands down the most life-changing thing that ever happened in my business. Ever. Finding it was rough. This meeting started this huge journey for me that would take months for me to actually discover what I now call my why. It was the root of it all. I began to dig deep and to learn more and more about myself and my business and to ask myself really hard questions, because I learned that your why has nothing to do with your job. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with your kids or anything like that. Your why is like your own personal message. It has been formed in you, made for you to speak to the world, and only you can tell the world what it is that they need to know. Because it's developed from your passions and your skills and your story. And when I found my why, which was to promote healing and growth in others so that they could be who they were meant to be, I changed everything in my business. I launched Photos by Ariel Holistic Photography, and I was scared out of my freaking mind. I didn't have anybody to copy off of. This was a whole new thing. I was niching down, but not by choosing what type of photography I would do. I was niching down by the experience that I offered people. My business mission statement became, I want to keep families and marriages together. I began to implement this questionnaire before these sessions that was actually developed by me with a group of marriage and family counselors. So that when people would book a session with me, they would go through this process of self-reflection that would cause them to pause and look at the life they were living, and instead of continuing to live on autopilot and mentally check out of these relationships, they could stay invested in each other. But can I tell you something? If I didn't find my why and use it to create a business that fulfilled that, I would never have found the success that I have found today. Because when I found my why, marketing, posting things on social media, writing a blog post, talking to clients, the experience that I wanted to offer them, everything became clear. I knew exactly what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. I knew who I was trying to reach, and I knew how to reach them. Before we find our why, it's like we don't even know it, but we're driving with a foggy windshield. And you think you're fine. You think you can see just fine until you find it. And then you're like, wow, this is what clarity looks like. You feel this relief, this weight lifted off your shoulders, because now it's like you have this compass where you're able to look at different decisions in your life and in your business and say, does this accomplish my why? And if not, then I'm not gonna do it. You'll see that you probably have already been living your why, but putting words to it matters. Putting words to the why that you are currently living helps you to market your business and to live a happier life. This is what I'm here to do. Yes, I offer marketing tips. Yes, I give you helpful businesses or tips to grow your business, but none of that matters if you don't do this first. Because your why is what's gonna make you stand out from everybody else. Your why is what makes you different. Your why is what's gonna make them willing to pay more, willing to travel farther, just to take part in the experience that you offer. Your why changes your business and your life. Which is why that's where I start in my More Than Marketing course. I refuse to give you helpful tips because that's only gonna get you to where I was with burnt out, frustrated emotions. I want you to experience success. I believe that the world needs what it is that you have to offer. That you have a unique purpose, that if you were to recognize it and live it out, the world would be a better place. So I help photographers discover their why. I do this through a course, but I also do this through a one-on-one video. You watch the video and you schedule a call with me, and together we find your why. And we don't leave until it's done. And then you can start implementing that into your own business and your own life. So like I said, if you learn one thing from me, from everything that I've put out there for you, I want it to be this. You have a unique purpose. You have a unique message that is only yours, and the world needs to hear it. So whether you find it through me or through something else, take the time to find it. It's going to be life-changing. So if you're interested in finding out more about how to discover your why, feel free to send me a DM. I would be happy to help.